What's over here?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, someone's got some blueprints. We've got this back area. Neat. Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Well, I'm not lying right now. It would be nice if he was not lying. Lying, right? I don't... What am I saying? Ooh. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Fine.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you... What?
Woo!
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm going through the blue door, narrator man.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Stanley made his own decisions and went through the blue door.
Communicating properly. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Oh, untextured dev room.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
Those sound like they'd be pretty cool.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Sure, why not? Wonder what's gonna be on the other side. Please rate your experience.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version.
It's actually kind of
Would you
cool.
say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Yes.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul.
Are you saying I'm inside of you?
Stanley, don't even try.
Oh, all right.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Okay. The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Ooh. In total, 9,000. Oh, cool. So wait, how's it rated? Did you know that 21.3% of players skipped the intro sequence? Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door? Oh, this is you. Hey! You're objectively... Oh, what? I'm the last place! How long does it take you to get to the correct door? Oh, I'm going... Thanks to the leaderboard, but I like this third door. It's really cool.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No, not really.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
I just gave you a 1.
Let me boot it up.
Why? Wait, what? Huh? Loading. What the?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice.
Not really
But of
ready for her,
course,
baby.
The message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Bye, baby. I let it die and then I brought it back. Oh wait, no, I didn't bring it back, or I didn't let it die. I actually brought it back just in the nick of time, but it's still gonna die.
You heartless bastard.
Ah,
Did
sue
you
me.
do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Narrator guy?
Hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
What are you gonna make me do? Narrator guy? Oh.
Well, Stanley,
What?
is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley.
I can't jump!
Will it ever?
I can't jump!
Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Huh? I can't. Oh.
This will go here. No, here. And then...
Your house really sucks. It's not even tall enough.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just
Oh,
to
there you
finish it
go.
all off, yes,
Oh.
it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
Why not? It'll keep me safe from anything that's on the...
Isn't it grand?
outside.
Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond.
Ooh.
Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Yeah, sure, I can't jump, so you kind of have to do everything for me. Let's see if I can kind of navigate myself around, or I could just go straight into the mines. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Okay.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Can you give me a flashlight? Just say, Stanley, thankfully, thought up to bring a flashlight just in case he ever ran into the dark. Please? No? Nothing? Ah, well. We descend further into the darkness.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
What? Hey, wait! The darkness! The darkness was calling, and the zombies I could do nothing about. I heard them lurking, stalking my soul. Portal? Portal!
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to open up a portal to let me out. Can I flush the toilet? No. Well, this is pointless. Come with me. Puzzles!
Ooh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
It's pronounced fort. It can be pronounced forte as well, but the original actual correct pronunciation's fort.
Genius.
Ah! I'm learning! This is great! Good job,
Right,
narrator.
you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here.
Well, enjoy that. Bye-bye! Woo-ha-ha! Yes! Work in progress. Filing cabinets. Well, there's nothing back here. Alright, let's go back to another side. Or... there's nothing there as well. There's gotta be a way out. A place I can jump down onto. For safety. Or I could just jump off and die. It's an artistic choice. Damn my inability to jump! What am I? Fuck it! We fall! What? Where the hell am I? I'm in a dark, lonely area. Narrator, I know you're out there. You're watching my every move. Hey. Wait. 427? No. That's my room. That leads back to my room. My room.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
But the end is never the end, narrator. Okay? Let's do this again. I'll find the way to beat you, narrator. I'll find the way out of the system!
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in?
What?
How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Don't change up the dialogue, narrator. I have to beat you. You can't suddenly change things up. Fucking turn these goddamn computers back off. GaLm ingrates! What? I put a little bit of input in there. But that's all I can do. I only put one input. I'm leaving. Things are different around here. And I don't know if it's for the better or for the worst.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, the door on my left. Sounds fantastic. A great idea. Thank you. Because this leads to the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Guess I gotta go see the
Feeling a
boss.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Negatory. This time around, we're going into the creepy basement
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
area.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
I already observed that part.
These rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
No, they're slightly varied.
Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. and at last he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Go back down!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
Oh,
it was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Shit.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
No, you said it was a dream.
Float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently and invited himself to wake
Keep your eyes open!
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Stanley had a wife?
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Well, I mean, I guess if I had a wife, things would be pretty alright. Nope, we are still in this world.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Huh? Well, my battery? Have my legs just never been used?
Of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
She ran? What? Well, yeah, maybe she should call an ambulance, you know? Fine. Let's see what happens when we do what the
Stanley knew the office
stinking narrator
layout like
wants
the
us
back
to
of
do.
his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Yeah, just a matter of time before I discover the real
When
end.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know, thinking about it, I never rode the thing all
Yet
the
there
way
was
to
not a
the
single
end.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked.
Going too fast for you,
upstairs to
narrator
his
man!
boss's office.
I know exactly where I'm going. And there's still no
Stepping
usable
into his
soap.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud.
Yeah, I don't actually know the
but
code.
nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be?
It's fucking huge.
In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
No! What? This isn't really calming. At least not to me. Actually, it's kind of irritating.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Yeah, I guess. Sorry, narrator. You know, we didn't escape. Yeah. We never escaped. No. We must obey. So that way,
Stanley
we can
walked
find out
straight
what's going
ahead
on.
through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
roger that. Boom, straight ahead. Oh my god, look, the buttons and whoosh.
The lights
TVs!
rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Well, you know, maybe we can see what some of the other rooms have been up to, right?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Damn, I missed it.
Stanley's
Let's try to look at the one that was fired.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I like how there's a good number of variations, but they're still like the same rooms anyways. Wait, what's that one say? That's gonna change eventually anyways. Yep, there it goes.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Well, you see, I still don't think I was really
He
falling under
refused
mind
to
control.
believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
You know, how do we even know this is actually controlling anybody? I mean, I'm just saying. There, I turned it off. Now what? Oh.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Yeah,
Perhaps
happiness!
His goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
It looks more like a painting than an area, but here we go.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
Where the fuck is civilization?
Was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Or am I? Narrator. I have some things I need to say to you. Because no, we're not happy. I'm not content. We must learn what's going on.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We must try out every little tiny variation that we can.
Stanley
At least the ones I know of. Went to the door on the right.
The correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.